Well, it's November 20th, and we've had a really productive morning so far. Give you a quick update. Real early, before we even had camera light, we had at least one or two really nice bucks come in really close, but I didn't get a very good look at them other than all I could see was the white of their antlers, and it was decent size. So, and then we had a really good encounter with a nice 9 here, and he was probably only at 25 to 30 yards, and then he's going to cut across. He's pushing his way out to 50. We just didn't get all the pieces of the puzzle put together, and just didn't make it happen. One thing I have noticed this morning is grunting. They are very responsive to the calls this morning. Every time I've grunted or it had a sequence, I've had a buck at least come in. We've had the same little buck come in probably 3 or 4 times. It's kind of fun to watch. He'd go across the top of this alfalfa and he'd come back. But we're going to stick with it here this morning. We're probably going to sit a little bit longer. And but the rut is definitely on, maybe the tail end of it. But they're moving good this morning. It's chilly. It's perfect conditions, overcast. So we'll come back, give you another update shortly. We may sit for another half hour or hour or so before we have to get back to the house. But that darn wind this morning is kind of what screwed things up for that 9 that came in. It's a south wind this morning, really early, and it wasn't heavy, but it started swirling, and he got out. Oh, I don't know, he was probably 35 yards, and that wind kind of swirled, and he picked up a scent. Didn't know it was me or where I was at, but he didn't like whatever was going on, so he kind of screwed on by. I really wish I would have kept the south wind because it's not going to affect me. Any deer coming from the west, it's only going to affect me if they're coming from the east. And they're generally moving from the west to the east in the mornings on this farm, and then the east to the west in the evenings. So we'll keep at it. Al and I have been hunting hard this November. We don't have anything bagged yet, but we look to harvest a nice one here before the season's over. We've got a long time still before we have to hang the bow up. So, but until then, if something pops up, we'll bring it to you on next week's show. Make sure you hunt hard and hunt safe.